welcome everyone to another episode of Jordan Mode. Here I am, your host, a banana, with the Daniel Hess. Welcome, Daniel, to the show.
Of course, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Thank you. Awesome. So, first, right off the bat, I just want to ask you what made you want to come on to Jordan Mode?
Man, it looked like a cool show. I managed to check it out and everything, and I was like, you know what, this is just gonna be fun. I do a lot of interviews, and I've never been interviewed by anyone in a banana suit, so I just couldn't say no to that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That just made my day because I like to have fun. Like
Yeah, man.
other people take it serious. I mean, I like to take it serious time to time, but I also like to have fun. And all right, let's get straight into it. Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Daniel. What
hmm
makes you tick? What makes you go
Makes me
angry?
tick. What makes me go angry? Oh man, that's a good question to start with. It used to be, technology is often not our friend.
Hmm.
And I used to do a lot more editing, and nothing would frustrate me more than, working on an edit for a video project and something crashing or just everything just messing up. So that would always be frustrating, but I don't know. Nowadays, I stay pretty calm with everything. It really would take an awful lot for me to just be like, the day is over, you know?
Hmm.
Just give me
Hmm.
like 10 minutes, I'll cool down, and then like let's have a party again, you know?
Right. You move on pretty fast, is what it seems, because
Try
it
to, yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
worth crying over spilled milk. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
I
like
mean, what's the energy?
a banana's on the ground, and then okay, it's there. There's nothing you can do. It's you no 5 second
It's,
rule, but like
mm-hmm.
you can't just scoop it up and eat it. That's kind of gross, and
Yeah.
you just gotta move on.
I mean, you could, don't forget that you left it there either, because later on you could slip on it and it'd be like a very cartoon moment.
Right, right, right. How foolish of me. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So you are a filmmaker slash writer. Is that correct?
Yes, that is indeed correct.
Which of the two do you love more?
Writing was the first love, I'd say. Writing was the thing that sort of helped me get through tough times in my life, and it still kind of does that. Um, Film, I always appreciate it. Growing up, my favorite films to watch were like old Godzilla movies. They were
Hmm.
the best. I'd get them on VHS tape and just rock out watching some like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla or Godzilla versus Mothra, all that good
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Uh yeah, exactly. They were the best. Especially with, they there's horrible dubbing they would do to those movies. So cheesy when you look back at it now. But so the film was always there, but like it really wasn't until my close friend in high school, like that was his thing. And so I sort of like fell into it as a result and kind of saw where I could write and then have these projects come to life and just appreciate it a lot more as a result of like seeing his appreciation for it and looking at it from like a more deeper perspective.
Hmm.
So writing was first and then film slowly came into my life, but I love like that's all I do, man. Like I try to watch a movie at least once a night if I can
Hmm.
and things like that. Like I just love studying cinema in all its forms. It's a lot of fun.
What's your favorite movie?
So I'm a film school nerd, so I always say Breathless by like Jean-Luc Godard, which I feel like is a film school like cop out because like it's like if you go to film school, that's usually one of the things you're watching because it's the French New Wave from like the
Hmm.
1960s. And so like that one always sticks out to me because it was just that movie where it's like he broke all the rules and he did all the crazy stuff. So
Hmm.
I always go with that one, but traditionally, like one of my favorites is an animated film, which is Grave of the Fireflies. I don't know if
Ooh,
you're
good
familiar
choice.
with that one. Yeah, yeah. First movie that really like even as I got older, it was just like I'd cry. Like you just can't help it. Like it's just so
Yeah.
emotionally evocative.
Yeah.
So that's another one that I really really like.
Okay. I mean, me personally, I love Finding
Hmm.
Nemo.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with some Finding Nemo.
Yeah. I'm a
I mean, it's just
sucker.
it's a good story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You how many like films or have you filmed anything recently?
Um, so more recently, I've been doing a lot more with like corporate video production, and I was doing a lot with like wedding video filming for a while. But right now, I'm actually associate producing a horror film that is going to be shot in LA in the summer. So I have that kind of coming up. And then I have two feature film scripts that I'm working through the process of getting investors on board, finding a studio that'll fit with the project. But that road is a very long one filled with a lot of knocking at doors and seeing who's interested in projects and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, so some big ones on the horizon, but I sort of strayed away from, investing too much time into any more short films or things like that because I did that for a long time and sort of learned the way of the industry and then a lot of like, things to know for when you do move into the feature world. So
Right.
it's been a couple years since the last like creative project.
Okay. So it's a lot of just like asking until you get a yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like right now, it's just so much outreach. I mean, it's just producers that you're talking to, and what happens a lot of times is you'll get maybe like an introductory email going, and there might be some interest in the project, and then you send along like the script or a pitch deck, and it's all about like if that person has the time right now, if they're interested in that kind of a story, like there's just it's almost like dating. There's like 8 million factors that kind of play out. And it's like if one of those doesn't line up, they're going to be like, well, it's just not my deal for it. And then they kind of like move on from there. So it's a very fickle business.
Mhm. Dang. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had no clue. Like I know nothing about film, but I find film so fascinating. I love film. I love watching movies. I think it's really cool that you're doing that. Tell me more about like your blog, your blog writing.
Yeah, so that was really kind of started out of a place where like I felt personally a little frustrated. Um, I'd done some more creative projects between like 2019 till about like early 2020, and I just felt like it was so hard kind of getting any like traction with it as far as like marketing or outreach. So what I really wanted to do is sort of create a space for indie filmmakers because like a lot of people don't realize that like indie film in a traditional sense, like what most people think of it, really isn't indie. Like these are movies that are mainly still about $1 million plus, which is on a Hollywood scale technically indie. But like,
Hmm.
there's people who make whole films with like $10,000, and that
Yeah.
is like to me the real gritty indie stuff. So I wanted to sort of like reach out to those people who like were, just kind of bootstrapping these films together and have a place where they could have reviews and have like spotlights and just have like a platform. So it started out with reviews and I was doing that for a while, like a lot of short films, a lot of feature films I sat down to and was just doing write-ups for pretty much daily. And eventually it just got to a point where like now that I'm taking on my own projects, it was just a little much for me to have the time to like write out so many reviews because I was getting like, 5, 6 short films a day some days. It
Hmm.
was intense. Um so instead I've sort of transitioned into what I call like a film spotlight series and it just basically is allows filmmakers to just talk about the project, the process of making it, what inspired them, advice for other filmmakers. And it's just a cool spot for people to check out and just kind of see, how similar a lot of our struggles are for making films, and also like, what inspires us to want to tell these types of stories. And I always find that interesting in myself. So yeah, it's really grown. I mean, at this point, I think I'm up to like, in general, it's like 400 posts in the last like year and a half or something like that.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm posting pretty much daily at this point because it's just so many people kind of knocking at the door. I'm trying to get to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
love it. So you just keep going. You do what you love. You're
that's what
passionate
you
about
do.
it. That's right. What
Exactly.
what advice do you have for me if I wanted to like go into filmmaking or anything?
Well, this is kind of a contentious point that I feel like a lot of people go back and forth on, but I would say the best thing you can do is to just go out and do it. I think a lot of people think that you need, myself included at one time, that you need like film schools and stuff like that. And honestly, like, I don't want to talk down on film schools, but I really don't think you need them. I think you can gain, like, I didn't gain as much info as I had until I finished film school and then I was out in the field nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't teach everything that you run into on a film set. You
Right.
just have to do it. And so that would be my first thing, is to say don't feel like you need to go to like a school or a program or spend all this money for it. Don't do that. Just go out if you have the equipment. I mean, nowadays it's crazy. You could do everything on an iPhone if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Um, and just get people together who are just as like-minded as you are with the passion, and have a good script. Like, that's what I would say is more than anything. Like, make sure your script is good, and then go out into the world and try to make it happen, because there's nothing you can do that's more detrimental than just trying to like fly on the seat of your pants, so to speak, to make a
Mm-hmm.
film. Because it's just going to show at the end of the day.
Right.
So that would
Right.
be my advice: is don't get caught up in school. Find some cool folks who want to make it with you. And then, like I said, you could just, even if you had an iPhone, like, just make sure the audio is good, and you're pretty much golden.
Yeah, that's fact. So you're telling me I could go out there, just get like a couple of friends and then film something on my phone? Just
Yeah,
anything?
man. I mean, you like I said, you want to probably have a story in mind at
That's
least.
true.
But yeah, that's true. That's the
Yeah.
first. The first step is the story. The next step
Okay.
is getting people together. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it unless you have some seriously amazing trained actors, just going off the cuff is probably going to be pretty difficult. Trust me, I've tried it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what happens after that? If when I've got everything and I've recorded everything, what do I do then?
Well, at that point, you're moving into the editing phase of things, which means, I mean, I use Adobe. I think most people use Adobe like software at this point,
Mm-hmm.
like Premiere Pro. And you're probably going to want somebody, or at least have some kind of knowledge of like audio mixing, because you're probably going to want to like beef everything up, make everything sound nice, and then maybe adding some music on top of that, either licensed or having someone that knows how to compose music. And there you go. I mean, after that, you put everything into the pot, stir it up, you got yourself some kind of short film.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. You give me a great idea. Thank you. I know what I'm gonna do
Of
after
course,
this.
man.
Um.
There we go. Get the iPhone and make it happen.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Oh, I do want to know, how did you end up with a wedding video company?
So that was like really born out of necessity. I still pretty young. I had moved out from my parents' place and was living, at a place where I was paying rent. And it was just like, oh crap, this is real life now. I need to pay bills. And by some happenstance, I got connected with a wedding photographer who was just happening to want to branch out into video. And he pretty much gave me like a flat rate for filming and then editing these videos together. And after a few of those, I kind of was like, I could do this as a business or whatever. And so I just kind of ran with it. And the next thing I knew, it was like at my peak, I was filming. I had like three other crews of people that would be filming on any given weekend. I mean, it turned into like a pretty sizable operation there. Um, but it wasn't creatively fulfilling. Like it just really was not what I enjoyed. And so after a while, like I kind of just stepped away from it because I just knew that I wanted to do other things, and doing so many weddings was just eating up so much time that I wasn't able to be creative in any sense, which was just this was not good
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah, I
Not
get
fun.
you.
Yeah.
Did you have any like bridezillas?
No, I didn't quite have any bridezillas. I remember I had a guy that filmed for me that at the wedding the cake somehow fell over. And so I remember for the video they were like, "Can you not show the cake? We don't want to remember that." Like cuz some kid was running around and like knocked the whole cake over. So I
Wow.
had that happen once. Yeah. Um had a really bad time with a groom one time who got insanely drunk very early in the day, and the bride was just so upset because he was so drunk. But like the way they counteracted that was by getting her really drunk. So like it was this game of like he started out really drunk and then she started getting really drunk and then stopped caring so much, and it was just the friends were just giving them way too much alcohol.
Mhm.
And at the end of that night, I remember I was getting ready to say bye, and she was like off to the side with her parents and was vomiting. So I was like, okay,
See
I'm
you.
just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that over there. You have fun with that. Um, and outside of that, it's just like I've had weddings where it was like raining outside, and the couple still had the wedding outside, so I was just getting like drenched, and so was my equipment, and it was just the worst.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff that like is so can be bad about those things. It's just like you get these couples that are just they have their plan, and everyone else could, who cares about them? Like this was our plan and we're sticking to it, no matter what actually like makes feasible sense.
Right.
So it can just be a lot, yeah, dealing with people.
Right. You said you said it was like burning your soul. You had no passion for it and you just moved on to what your true passion is. What is your
Yeah.
true passion?
I mean, for me, it's just anything with creativity is just amazing to me. Like, I always am jealous of people who can like draw. I wish I could draw. That's the one thing. I'm like, if I could draw and like animate, I've always wanted to do that, but I just never got good at it.
Mhm.
Um, outside of that tangent, it's just like being able to tell stories. Like, I just love the fact that like I can find something and sort of just weave this whole plot out of it, and like people connect with it. And like I just find that really really cool that like you can have this ability to do that. And it also gives me like a really good excuse to just like research all the time,
Mhm.
because like I really like writing about stuff that somehow has like maybe a historical connection or like something from a historical place or anything like that. I'm just always like studying history to try to get ideas, because you know, you think of some far fetched stuff, but I'll tell you what, like sometimes the best things are just already there.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you read, or hear a crazy news article, right? Like local man throws cat in a tree or something. It's just like you can't make this stuff up. It just happens, and then you got to remember it and then use that for some crazy story you're trying to tell, where maybe you have a character throw a cat in a tree for some reason. Who
Mhm.
knows?
Truth is
But
stranger than
yeah,
fiction sometimes.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm always just like, I have a good writer friend who does the same thing. He said every day he'll like read the newspaper, and he's gotten whole novels that he's written based off of like one weird article that he read in the newspaper and stuff.
Who are your inspirations?
Well, I mean, I really, when the pandemic happened and, all the free time was there, I really went back and like started reading a lot more. And I really enjoyed like the works of like Hemingway, and even like before that, I really enjoyed like Edgar Allan Poe's writing. As far as like filmmakers go, of course, like Jean-Luc Godard and a lot of those French New Wave directors, I've always had an affinity for. Um, I think, of course, like Spielberg is somebody who's kind of
Hmm.
undeniable for like his influence in the film world. Um, in that, like another tangent, like never really got caught up too much with like George Lucas. Star Wars never really clicked for me, and I don't know if that's gonna make everybody mad out there, but no, just never got into that world of films. Um, who else? I really like Dennis Villeneuve. Like he did Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner,
Hmm.
and Prisoners and stuff like that. He's a really solid filmmaker. And then there's a Greek filmmaker whose name I cannot pronounce off the top of my head, but he's done like Killing of a Sacred Deer, uh, Dogtooth, like, films like that. Very cool, like indie director who's done some cool stuff. So
Okay.
that's my
Okay.
random rambled off list of people who semi influence me.
That's cool. It's understandable that you don't watch Star Wars. So don't be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I just, I know people like it, and it's like cool. I went to Disney last year and did the Star Wars ride, that
Hmm.
like crazy tram ride that you do, and I mean that was fun. So I'm not gonna say I don't enjoy some of the lore or
Right.
whatever. Like
Right.
the Disney park was cool. So
Hmm.
if that's any consolation to anyone out there, then I enjoyed the Disney park ride. So
Okay.
take that for what it is.
Let's spice things up. So,
Sweet.
tell me something about you that you think not a lot of people know.
Hmm. Not a lot of people know. Um, I don't know, cause I I try to be so open with everybody, but let's see, I'm trying to think of like something from the memory banks. It's a good question. I mean, like, it's weird because I always used to feel like I was much more like introverted, and I feel like that was always kind of like my language was just like I'm introverted. But I'm actually like, and I think I still kind of play that role sometimes, but honestly, like, I really do enjoy like being out and all that with people. I think the only thing that derailed that for me was like what derailed it for everybody, which was obviously COVID
Right.
and everything. Um, yeah, there's nothing to me that's like better than being like in a crowd of people, just like having like a collective moment with a lot of different like people from just all walks of life. Um, like I remember years ago, I filmed this cover band. They were like an '80s cover band, and they sold out this really huge venue in Baltimore, and it was just tons of people there. And I got to be up on stage with them filming, and it was just like really an electric kind of feeling being up on that stage and just looking out at a crowd of like more people than you could possibly count. And I've
Mm.
always kind of like wanted to do that at least once in my life, like somehow be doing something on a stage performance wise to like a huge crowd of people, because I just think
Yeah.
that would be like insanely fun. But I don't have a good musical talent, so maybe I'll have to do like stand up or something. You know, I'm not that funny, but just put a brick wall behind me, and I think isn't that all you need? Just a brick wall, and you just stand there with the mic, and comedy just comes out, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's what I mean. You're just up there.
when you're against a wall, you got no choice but to say anything at that point. So, I mean, who cares if you're not funny? Okay, that's the thing. You are funny, Daniel. You are funny. Okay, believe in
Well,
yourself.
thank you. Yes, need to have confidence in my
Yes.
comedy writing abilities.
Yes. Man, if you were
No,
reincarnated as an animal, what would you be?
I'd want to be maybe a giraffe. That would be kind of cool. I mean,
Hmm.
you're just like you're so tall, like Just imagine that perspective, but like all the time. That would be
Yeah.
like I'd be like, on one hand, I'd be like, this is awesome. On the other hand, I'd constantly be scared of like falling over, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
That's
'Cause you're just like
true.
so high up.
Yeah. You'd be a vegetarian, just
It's true
eating.
too.
You're so high up. You're looking down
Yeah.
on all of us.
Almost like, just being like, hey, I'm up here, guys. Like, can't slap me in the face. I'm
Yeah.
too high up. Yeah. I mean, I guess, but a bird, you could still get like pooped on. So
Yeah. You
you're
still.
not, you're
Yeah.
not the tallest.
That's true. You still get shit on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. If nobody else takes anything away from this, that's 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 the lesson in life, right? No matter what you do, you're still
Yep.
getting shit on.
Yep. Exactly.
Real,
There's no
real
way.
positive.
You just gotta.
It's not even a giraffe.
There's nothing you can do. You just gotta
Roll.
move on.
Exactly. You just roll with the punches and just keep it going.
Yeah.
I love it.
Man.
Inspiring.
You have a book
What
of
would you come back
poetry.
as?
Oh, sorry. Wait, let me answer your
No.
question. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you come back as?
I would honestly. So, I've had many answers because I can't decide between them all. There's so many good animals. Um,
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking. I already forgot, but I would be like an armadillo.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta watch those though. I remember I was in the Midwest at one point, and they were saying like, I think you're not supposed to touch them because they have some kind of weird disease that you can get.
What? No way.
Yeah, I forget. I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that was the armadillos because they were like, yeah, like you should really not touch them or get too close to them. They have some kind of weird disease that could like make you really sick or something. This might all be a weird fever dream I had one time, but I'm pretty sure it was armadillos that they said don't touch them. They carry all kinds of weird diseases. So
That's kind
just
of
remember that if you come back as an armadillo.
that's kind of overpowered because they literally have a protective shell, like armor,
Hmm.
and they have that. If they have that poison, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
You can't touch
like
it.
a strange. Yeah, it's like a strange Pokemon. It's
Yeah.
just like you can't. You got the rock type, but then they also got the poison type. So I mean, what are you gonna
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
I'm a huge animal lover. I I think when I think of crazy animals, speaking of crazy animals, there's the poison dart frog.
Mhm.
How can a frog
They're cool.
be poisonous when you touch it and then you can die from that? Like, what? That's just
It's
unfair.
crazy, right?
Yes.
It's weird because like nature's like, let's make these like the most vibrant looking things. I know that's the whole like that's the warning sign, but it's just like, come on, man, I want to touch them. Like they're cool looking. I want to hold them in my hand and be like, hey,
Yeah.
guy, what's up? You
Like,
know?
dang.
Weird. I know. I guess you just gotta have gloves on or
Yeah.
something.
I'd want to like
For
jump in a
fun.
kangaroo's pouch and just like, I don't know, make it
Just
hop,
chill out.
Yeah, just chill, just bounce and just boing, boing. I don't know.
I feel like you would probably get kicked before you got that far.
Oh, most definitely. I would get
Yeah,
kicked.
exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's still worth the try though.
True.
Just for the yeah.
Always try something. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. Those
Exactly.
facts.
Hey, there we go. That's the thing. If you take anything from this episode, that's the real thing.
That is the lesson of this episode.
Exactly.
Yes.
The hashtag moral of this episode. Put that
Hmm.
on your daily inspiration on Instagram, and attribute it to us. Then nobody else said that before us.
No one else. Just me,
No, yeah,
a banana, and Daniel
yep,
Hess. Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So awesome. Can't wait for that like Google search result to come up, and it'll just be this screenshot and like the whatever's the goofiest faces we both made in a single screenshot, and then it'll have that quote above us, and people will just be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
how did those guys say something so inspiring?" It's pretty amazing.
Man, I see potential, Daniel. Like Dan. I'll call you Dan. It's just I don't know if you feel
That's
weird
fine.
with Daniel, cause
Mm-mm.
okay, you can call me Jor if you want. So there's potential, you know. It's like if we keep doing what we're doing in 5 years, who knows where we'll be? Like I just see so much potential, you know.
Yeah, I mean, my hair will be probably a little bit longer. You'll be a little bit like, bananas naturally ripen, so be a little bit of a different tinge, but
Mm,
that just means you're just wiser, and
yeah,
it's, you're achieving those dreams, those banana laden dreams that
right.
we all have, you know. Maybe
Yeah,
somebody will try to peel you, and it'll be like, wow, I have layers. I'm like an onion,
yeah,
like Shrek.
yeah.
So,
Like just
who
exactly
knows?
like Shrek. Get out me swamp. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they might cast. I mean, they might be doing a new Shrek. Maybe it's like a reimagining of Shrek, and they're like, we always knew we needed a guy in a banana suit that was half peeled open, but we couldn't achieve it with the CGI at the time. So now that we have the technology, we can rotoscope you in there, and it'll just be like amazing.
Yeah.
So
I'm the missing piece to
dream
their
big.
puzzle.
Yeah, that's why they stopped. They had to put the series on ice because they're like, we need some fresh blood, fresh ideas. And when they sit down and watch this, they'll be like, "Holy crap, we got it right there."
Yeah.
And they'll call you up, man.
Yeah, we finally got it. We finally found what we've been looking
Yeah.
for this entire time.
Just when you get that role, just send me a signed banana, please, and I will
Oh
cherish
yeah,
that
for
forever.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and you
I'll make sure it never.
when you're up there and I don't know, do you respect the Oscars? I don't know what's like the film quintessential
I mean,
tier
yeah, the
anymore.
Oscars would be chill. Like,
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's just like that would be cool. I mean, if I got an Oscar, it's just like I know nobody watches the Oscars anymore, but after this year, who knows? Maybe more
Yeah.
people will be watching it next year because of all that craziness.
Yeah. Yeah, send me an
Yeah.
autograph, please, when you make it
Okay.
like huge Oscar. Or send me an
Well,
autograph right
don't
now.
ever.
I'll take it. Like I don't care. Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't ever let me forget if I'll make this right now on this show that if I ever get to the Oscars, I will accept the award and I will pull a banana out of my pocket and autograph it on the stage, and then I will send you that banana.
Hell
So
yeah.
hold me to that. Hold me to that,
Okay.
please.
Okay, don't worry. It's all recorded. So,
Exactly. This is
yeah.
gonna be great. They're gonna be like, never give this guy an award again. He signed this
Yeah.
banana. It was really uncomfortable. We didn't know it was a banana at first. It was just like really
Yeah.
awkward. And but I at least got the one,
Mhm.
and I at least did the banana stunt. I'll be the banana guy from then on.
Right, right.
Banana autograph guy. Yeah.
Yeah, mushed up banana all in your pocket. Take it out. That's
I'll be like,
crazy.
wow, I put this in at like 3 o'clock. It's like 7 o'clock now. It did not age well in my
Yeah.
pocket.
Oops. Oops. Then you just
Oops.
throw it on the
Yeah.
stage. Someone trips over it.
See, but then, we're back to like, these are some memorable moments we're creating at the
Hmm.
Oscars.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You will act single-handedly revive the Oscars.
To be like, you gotta tune in. This guy's just weird. They
Yeah,
keep
this
giving
kid's
him
just fucking
awards and
weird.
yeah, he just keeps doing this weird stuff up on stage. It's a banana. It's an apple. Like he's just got different fruit in his pocket. That's
Yeah.
just I get what that's about.
Man. What is your favorite fruit?
What is my favorite fruit? Back in the day, I used to really like pluots. Have you ever heard of a pluot?
Pluots. I have never heard of a pluot.
I don't know if they do them anymore. It was like a plum and an apricot that were like crossbred, and it was called a pluot. I know, right? Cue the jazz music. They're crossbreeding some
It's
plums and
it's
apricots.
crazy. Whoa.
They were pretty good. I'd say now though, it's like I really like the Honeycrisp apples. That's
Hmm.
usually what I go for.
Okay.
They're really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I love me some watermelon or mangoes.
Oh, mangoes. Yeah, they're good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with mango.
Like if there was a tier list, I would put mangoes in S, and I would put
Yeah.
watermelon in S. I put apples in A because I like apples, but it's
Okay.
like it's not like to the
I
point
mean,
where
they're
it's sweet like mangoes. Mangoes like the goat. I'm just like I love mangoes, but apples it's like okay, cool. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, so this is and it's sweet, so it tastes good. But
yeah.
you know,
I
um,
tried. What's the fruit that you can get that like can smell really really bad? It's like you either love it or it just smells really really bad to you.
is it durian?
Yes, durian. I tried that once and it did not go well. I was hoping I'd be one of the people that liked it, but no,
Yeah.
to no avail.
It's either you love it or you despise it and never ever eat it again.
Exactly. Because I got the what's it called? The I can't remember the name of it, but it was like the drink. Like I got the durian like fruit drink or whatever,
Mhm.
and it just like I sipped it, and at first I was like, okay, this isn't too bad, and then it was like, nope, this is horrible. I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Okay. I I'm Asian, so like growing up my parents always they love durian. So I was forced to
Mhm.
like I don't hate it, but I don't like go out for it. So I like tolerate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
There's fruits that
that does
are
make
just
sense.
like that. I like plums, I like peaches, I like nectarines.
Hmm.
Uh to be honest, bananas are pretty good. Like but I would choose
Yeah,
a
I have a
mango
banana
over
pretty much every
banana.
day. Oh yeah, definitely. I would definitely go mango before banana for sure. Like, yeah, I always do like different frozen yogurts and stuff. Yeah, I'll do like mango, froyo.
Right.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's delicious. I love it. I love it so
Right?
much.
So good.
Anyway, do you have do you have any questions for me?
Where was it that you got the banana suit? You said you had found it at
S-
like a was it
Spirit
okay.
Halloween.
Okay.
It's a
Was it like after Halloween so you got it like really cheap?
no, it was like it was before Halloween. I think it was
Okay.
last year. Yeah, it was last year. I was like it was either like a you ever had a White Claw before?
Yeah, I had a White Claw.
So it's like either that, a can of White Claw, or a banana. So and then I was
I
like,
thought you were gonna like I thought you were gonna say I had a whole bunch of White Claw, and then I went to Spirit, and like that was just what sung to me or something. I thought that's where you're going with the White Claw
no,
thing.
not at all. Yep, it was
I didn't
banana.
even know they had that.
Me neither. And I don't regret my decision ever.
No, I think you made the smart choice.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, if you ever needed to do what is it, peanut butter jelly time? Yeah, the perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, deep cut, deep cut.
oh my lord, Dan,
Yeah.
Danny boy, just give me like, I don't know, a few days. You just gave me a great
Thought you were gonna say
idea.
White Claw again.
You just gave me a great idea. Fantastic idea. Peanut butter jelly time. Throwback. Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. I remember when that was all over the place, totally showing my age, but yeah, love peanut butter. And that like it pops in my head quite frequently, so that's what I was like waiting to slide that in here somewhere. 'Cause I just like I don't know what it is. It just pops in my head all the time, like peanut butter jelly time. Like what is it's weird.
Peanut butter jelly
I-
time.
exactly. I'm excited to see what you come up with this.
Hey,
You
me
have to send
too.
it to me.
Honestly, you, I'm gonna work on a storyboard, okay? And then
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
gonna get my
Lay it all
friends.
out.
Exactly. Then we're gonna shoot the shit.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
With the iPhone.
Yeah,
Yep.
it has to be an iPhone. It has to be
Yeah.
has to
And
be a
then
smaller device.
get on Film Freeway and start submitting it to indie film festivals and just see where you can start getting some posters made with some laurels on it because
Mm-hmm.
accept it to some festivals.
All right.
And next thing you know, it's like, man, this whole peanut butter jelly time like takeover happening all over again.
It's the banana takeover. You heard it here first, folks. Jordan mode. Jordan mode.
Get ready. Get ready.
Get
I'm
ready,
excited, man.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another question. What are you excited for? Like just
What am I
in
excited for?
anything new in the future, whether it be you, any movies.
I mean, just excited to like be able to start making actual like movies and stuff. Like being able to go out to LA in the summer is gonna be a lot of fun. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to that. Uh and then just like the random connections that I've been able to make with people. Like it's just been a lot of fun like, every day kind of getting to know people or getting outreach from people that want to be like featured on the blog or just like people that I kind of do networking with. So I don't know. I'm just always like excited for that. But I always just say like every day I wake up is pretty exciting. Like I'm
I
just
mean,
happy,
oh yeah.
happy to be here, happy to be alive. What's there to complain about? It's just here's life, man. Doing an interview with someone in a banana suit, like this is like the peak, man. This is the
Yes,
greatest. I've
dude.
never, because I've never done this before, and it's just like I said, like I can sit there and do other podcasts and recordings and stuff, and we'll just talk about, you know, the more serious things about like perseverance and all that. But like, it's just fun. Like,
Yeah.
people just need to do more of this. Just have
Mm,
fun.
wow. It makes
Yeah.
me feel good. Thank you.
You're,
I
you're,
needed that
you're
motivation.
seen and you're validated. I see you and I'm validating you, and I think what you're doing is awesome.
Thank you. I think
Yeah,
you
man.
keep it up, all right? You keep it up with your blogs, your writing, your filmmaking, your passions. I believe in you, okay? If no one else does.
Thank you. That means a whole lot. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, it's just about like making it happen, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Just some guy rambling, from a laptop. And
Mhm.
sometimes I ramble through a microphone, sometimes I ramble through a keyboard.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm just that. What is it? Man shouts at cloud. That's me. I'm just some man shouting at a cloud,
I
hoping
mean,
someone hears me.
listen, whenever you feel down or
Yeah,
down in the dumps, I just want you to remember that I exist as a banana.
exactly.
That think I'm also struggling, okay? But we're in this together, okay? You look up at the
Hmm.
moon, I look up at the stars, and we're gonna go far, like we're going to Mars. Bars.
Wow. Yes. I mean, with sick rhymes like that, I mean, how could you ever be like sad or it's just like it's just inspiring. And like knowing that we're in this together and we all have our struggles and stuff, but we're just all making it happen.
For
Secretly, we're
real.
all just different assorted fruit suits, just living life, whether we're wearing them or not. It's there.
Yeah.
We all have a fruit,
Yeah.
and we just gotta live life and be happy.
Some of us are raspberries, some of us are plums, some of us are blueberries, and some of us are rotten.
Yeah. Some of us are Pluots, and we've been discontinued because obviously that's something that I again made up in a some kind of weird fever dream. That's you know what that's what you take away from this whole interview is anything I've said is just don't take it with a grain of salt. I'm obviously living this weird adjacent life outside of the Matrix, and I pop back in from time to time, and all of my memories are disjointed from everyone else's because obviously my reality is skewed. Multiverse theory. It's like
Right.
obviously I'm in the universe where Pluots are a thing, and just weird stuff like that. So sorry everybody. I should be saving that for the multiverse podcast that I'm doing
Mm.
in about 5 minutes from now. So excuse me for mixing up the two channels.
Ah, yes, the multiverse
Yeah,
podcast, the podcast where
it's
people.
just
I don't know.
it's eight versions of you, and you answer the questions differently every time. It's like that Rick and Morty episode. It just keeps infinitely splitting into different little windows, and then by the end of it you're just like, what just happened? And then it just all
Yeah.
kind of smashes back in. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
so it's an interesting podcast.
I relate to what you just said. I every week I spew so much bullshit, but I just have so much fun. And that's what matters. Having fun.
That is what matters.
Ah,
Exactly. That's why I always make sure that when I'm writing, it is stuff that is very serious and dark, and because I just want everyone to be happy when they watch my stuff or read my books and things like that. It's just all happy-go-lucky stuff, and of course, I'm being completely uh, ridiculous because that is how I write.
mm-hmm.
It's have you ever seen? It's like that meme. There's a meme I saw one time where it was like a picture of Hayao Miyazaki, and he's just like smoking a cigarette, and he looks all mad,
Yeah.
and then it's like stuff he creates is like happy, amazing worlds. And then it's like the other frame below him is this guy who's just like super duper like happy and just really outgoing. And then everything he makes is just like demons and just blood and cursing and just all this stuff. And it's like that's how I feel like I am. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like pretty happy guy, but like everything I write is pretty dark. I gotta do something about that.
I think a lot of artists are dark. Like, it's just like their
This
creative
comes with the
outlet.
territory.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
just, it's an
Maybe
outlet.
that's why there's not a lot that like makes me tick because it all just comes out on the page. I'm not angry because I'm angry at the laptop as I'm just furiously typing dark stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get my anger out. So, to
Yeah.
answer your question from the very beginning, that's it.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, to go all the way back, call back to the first act of this whole interview. What makes me tick is I get it out on the page, so nothing makes me tick.
Wow. It's every balanced as
Any
all things
thoughts?
should be. That's
Right?
crazy. Wow.
Try my best.
Yeah. Everything comes full circle in this podcast, just like the
Yep,
multiverse. Just like
exactly.
just like everything. Just like the Matrix. We're
That
actually
all.
in a simulation. This is not real. Dan, you are
Hmm.
sleeping. You need to wake up
Yep.
now.
I need to take the pill, man, the blue pill, not the what is it? Not the red pill, or is it the red pill?
Yeah, it's
Which
the
one do you
red pill.
take?
The red pill's the truth.
Okay, you take the red pill. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
the problem. I keep getting them confused, and every
Yeah.
time Morpheus asks me, I'm like, which one? And he's like, it's up to you. And then I pull the blue pill, and
Yeah.
he's like, it's like you're stupid, man. Didn't you watch the movie? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't remember which pill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should just tell me instead of just speaking in these weird, kind of like poetic verses.
Yeah. Speaking in
A lot
riddles, like,
easier to get out.
it's
Yeah.
like ridiculous, dude. Like, come on, give me a straight answer, Morpheus. You're not helping me here. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. You're trying to get people out of this thing. You're not making anybody. No wonder it's only a few people. Yeesh.
Yeah. When's the last time you watched The Matrix?
It's been a while since I watched like the original one. I watched the new one, the newer one that came out. What was that? Last year? I watched
Oh,
that one.
I
It was
heard.
okay.
I
wasn't
heard it was.
wasn't as good.
I heard not a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, I mean it's like they shouldn't have done it, to be honest. Like didn't need to be done. I think it could have just been like leave it at where the trilogy ended, but I guess money is money and that's what
Hmm.
they were after.
I mean,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was okay.
Hmm. Let's see. I had one more question. Man.
Thought you were like winding up for something about the books, like the poetry thing or something. Before I feel like I cut you off and then I went on a whole other tangent. Nothing else. Remember that this podcast is in life. It's about tangents, right?
Yeah.
You're going to the you're going to the fridge to get a sandwich, and somehow you ended up going on a road trip. You know, it's a
Hmm.
tangent. That's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also like ADHD.
It could be. I mean, but you know, why look into it too deeply? Just enjoy the tangents while they
Right,
happen.
right, right. My
Just have
my
fun with
fault. My
them.
fault. My fault. Okay, I'm just a banana here. I don't know what I'm talking about,
I'm,
guys.
I I wrote you a prescription, but I'm a banana, so I would take
Yeah,
that for what it is.
yeah, yeah.
My PhD might not be recognized in the states here to non-banana people. You
Right,
know,
right, right.
yeah.
No one takes me seriously, but you
I
do.
mean, I take you seriously. So there's at least one person. See, we're this is what it really is. We just did this whole thing so we could just really talk each other like build each other up. I think we both need a lot of
Yeah.
positive reinforcement.
Right, right.
So we're using this platform as a way to be like, hey man, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing.
That's
And that's just
yeah.
an hour of that. I mean, what more could you ask for?
This is just therapy. This is just what I needed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Y-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need the couch. Somebody needs to like, lay back on the couch and just chat away about like, you know, the dream they had last night.
Hmm.
That's there we go.
Wait, let's do that. Do you remember your last dream?
Uh, I don't remember my last dream. I do remember a dream I had this week where I thought somebody was in my house, and I woke up, and at the corner of my doorway, I totally like could see like an outline of something, but I knew it was just in my head, or at least that's how I'm like solving this mystery.
Hmm.
And I was telling them to go away, but I was so tired and out of it that like I couldn't form the words correctly. I just remember I kept trying to say go away or whatever, and then I finally fully woke up, and then like nothing was there. So I was like, okay, guess they went
Dang.
away. So
Dang.
yeah.
Hmm.
What about you? Did you have any interesting dreams?
Oh, no, not recently. It's for me. It's like I have them occasionally. It's also because
Mm.
I don't like sleep well, so that's a factor. But I do keep a
Mm.
dream journal, and it does make me laugh
Oh.
sometimes. You know, it's like sometimes okay, my dreams are so like they're weird. Just so if you thought me in a banana costume was weird, you don't you should. My dreams are like they make no sense. I'm not
Mm.
like doing any supernatural things, but it's like I'm trying to remember one. What was one like? Okay, so one was like so you're watching the news and then this like drug
Uh-huh.
lord of a cartel starts like becoming an elite news anchor, which is like so I built myself a hierarchy of like top news anchors, which is like I can't describe it because it's so weird. Like, but it just imagine, right? Like you got the
Uh-huh.
freaking um, God, I don't know what to say, but it's like judges. Just call them judges. You know, the top judges, but they're just news anchors or like top celebrity
Okay.
chefs. And then he like one of them has a spiked mohawk and he's doing crack in front on the TV and everyone's just like cool with it. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know? So that's an
You're
example of
doing
one of my
crack.
dreams. Yeah. That's a pretty weird dream.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, it's like my dreams tend to not be so layered, so it's cool that you have like there are obviously some layers going on, you know? Again, just like the banana. I think they go really hand in hand. If anything, maybe you're like embodying persona that you have here in your dreams. You're like, it needs to be layered. So keep up the good work, man.
Wow,
Keep up the good,
that
you
is
know.
so deep. That is actually deep.
Wow, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Layers. That's what happens.
Layers. Okay. Man. I mean, to wrap it up, do you have anything you wanted to shout out?
I mean, yeah, if people want to like check me out and get my ramblings, my books, I have a poetry book that's out called Just a Boy Blaming Himself. And I have a novel that'll be coming out in June, June 6th to be exact, called Focus Puller. Both of them, one is I would describe as emoetry. That is what it has been dubbed by fellow writers of mine. Or goetry for like ghost poetry. And then the Focus Puller book is kind of a vignette of a guy who's just reflecting on his life. It's like he tells little mini stories about different instances that sort of shaped him as he grew. And again, it's, has some funny stories, has some darker stories, has some like true confession type moments in it. So, like to think it's a pretty interesting read. Hopefully, people check it out. And then, yeah, doing the film stuff. So that'll keep going as it goes,
Awesome. Where can they find you?
So the easiest way is my website, which is tonyproductions.com, and that's TOTONY productions.com. It's named after my cousin. So my name is in fact not Tony, but people call me Tony all the time because they think I named it after myself, which it is not. It is named after him as like a dedication for his life and everything. So that's where that comes from.
Okay. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute blast.
Yeah,
It's
man,
fun
it
shooting
was
the
fun.
shit. Yeah. I'm glad you had fun. That's all that matters. And
See, there you go. If nothing else, just have fun. That
yeah.
was we've given like 8 messages today, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're proud of it. You might not be proud of it. Maybe you are, but like
I'm
pretty
always
impressive,
proud.
man.
I'm always proud.
Good. You should be. Be like, just proud and happy and doing the thing, man. I want to
Yeah.
sign that banana for you. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Oscars. I'll remember this. I'll remember
Oscar,
that, Dan. Okay.
please do. Remind me. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give you my cell. Just text me. I'll be like, I'm going to the Oscars. Anything I should remember? And you'll be like, the effing banana,
Yeah.
dude. Do not forget. And I'll be like, yep,
Yeah.
got it right here. Layers.
Layers to this. Layers, guys. So many lessons, so many meanings. This was a meaningful episode, and I had a lot of
It
fun.
really was.
And
Me too.
I hope you have. I don't know where you live, so I don't want to dox you. But if it's day or night, it looks like it's day. So
It's getting to night. It's getting
okay,
there.
have a good rest of your night. And to everyone listening, have a great rest of your day or night out there. And follow and rate Jordan Mode on Spotify. Thank you. All right. And goodbye,
Amazing.
everyone.